Nicky Rod's never scored offensive takedown on me. I got hours of training data, hours. I have hours of data to tell me that this guy can't get on top of me. So I was really looking forward to that matchup. Um, the fans got fucking robbed. If you thought me and Luke was a fun, fan-friendly match, Nicky Rod and I was about to be absolutely bonkers. So we gotta run that back.
Got to. Because the way I was looking at it, just like you're saying, Nicky Rod, by the way, super impressed with him. I want to give him all the credit. Because
Yeah,
yeah,
I had to say that too. I had to preface this statement that I made. I've made it public. I had to preface this with like, "Hey, kudos, bro, bravo, respect." Like, the fact that I'm putting your name in my mouth, if anything, it's a testament to your level. It's a testament that I do respect you because I ain't calling out fucking nobodies. I want to beat the best too. You know what I'm saying? So this guy's the best right now. He looked good. His physique cleaned up. He wasn't all water bloated, looking at 240s, 245. He looked really lean and wiry at 230 and athletic. So yeah, I mean, no Diddy. The guy looked good.
yeah, facts. But what I was thinking, right, for those people who maybe are just don't know a lot of the intricacies at times, I was loving that matchup because of the fact of how Nicky Rod, he ends up on top of everybody, right? It was all rear naked chokes he got. So the
Yeah.
thing is that like, how is he going to get you down? That's the big X factor there because he
Yeah,
doesn't really have that tool set.
Let's see this motherfucker's guard. Let's
Right.
watch him pull guard. Let's see what he does from his back because he's strictly top player, and as am I. So when you got, you know, well, I don't know what they call it in jujitsu, two tops. So I mean, somebody's got to get to the. I mean, who I don't know.
No Diddy.
No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy. But this whole jujitsu thing has got me. I'm from Baltimore, man. We don't want to be on the bottom in the street. We don't want to be on bottom in central bookings. One man holds you down. What can two do? So
They can rape you. That's
I'm
what you
not I'm
said.
not trying to accept this bottom player position in a fight or in any jujitsu game or in any wrestling match. It's just everything about that is against my nature. So yes, I've gotten a lot better and I'm trying to get this black belt and acquire these belts and then learn, you know what I mean, advance through the jiu-jitsu pedigree the same way I kind of did with wrestling. But I have to stay true to like my core values and like my beliefs about combat. I just believe it's beneficial to be on top and my face looking the ground, not my back on the ground. So like that's where I'm operating. Right now I spent the majority of my camp just focusing on how to not get submitted, how to kill submissions, how to take people down, keep them down. Somebody's trying to get up, mat return them down. And if they're trying to stay down there and accept bottom position, shut all their shit down. And that to me was the win. If I could stay on top, not get swept or submitted, that's how I would win the round. And that's how we gauged these wins in our training, in our progression. And this is with black belts, Gilbert Burns, Wagner Rocha, Cyborg, Roosevelt, Zhao, Achilles. Like these are against all guys that are qualified for ADCCs, all high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts. And this is how we gauge our training round. You know what I mean? Now, if they swept me or submitted me, they won the round. If I didn't get swept or submitted, I stayed on top. I controlled. I'm trying to pass. I'm trying to, I'm controlling top position. I'm on top. I won the round. So I was super surprised. That's the point I'm trying to make. Is I was super shocked when I lost. I kind of had a fit, and you don't really see me get emotional about the results that much. I got pretty livid about losing, and I wanted that match with Nicky Rod, and I felt robbed of $990,000.
Yeah, because that would have been a crazy match. And the fans, I think they all agree with you, right? They kind of thought that you won that. I even hit the gym like the next day, and there's a guy I know who like kind of follows me, and he's like, "Hey, like Pat won that shit," and I was like,
Dude, I've
"Hey,
had so many people in the stands. The commentators, while they're commentating, are saying it. I went and rewatched it. I mean, my Instagram, so many fans, like literally, and not just from like fans and friends and family, like people that don't really necessarily jive with me either. Like Bo Nickel and I, you won't see us hanging out. We're not best friends, but even guys that are my ops, my opponents over the years, even motherfuckers that don't like me are like, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I was like, all right, you know, I won. Like,
yeah." You got Bo validating you, even though he's a wrestler. He could be biased, but
I get the
still,
bias. I get the bias, but
yeah,
there's a lot of other black belts that have no business supporting me or telling me that they felt like I won. That went out of their way to let me know that, hey, like I'm a heavy jujitsu player, and you just shut jujitsu down. This guy couldn't do shit with you. He kept you in his closed guard because he was scared. He was stalling. He was just surviving down there.
It's not like he was like a Levi Jones Leary. He was pulling guard a lot. He got some flack,
That's a
but
scary motherfucking guard.
he
That's a
was
scary guard.
attacking.
I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit, that dude might heel hook the shit out of me. I might have to cage there. I never felt once threatened by this kid, Bradley. That's why I was doing somersaults and cartwheels and overcommitting and trying anything. That's why I tried whatever the fuck I wanted, because he literally didn't threaten me one bit.
Yeah. And if somebody comes over to your sport, I'll have to say this. This is what I think. Somebody comes to your sport and you do the bare minimum just by keeping closed guard. That's all you did. You didn't attempt any submissions. There was no danger. All you did is keep a
You didn't
closed
get
guard.
up. You didn't try
That's
to
the
get to
very
top.
bare
You didn't
minimum.
try to wrestle up. I mean,
Yeah.
there's an abundance of other things you can do
Take
from
the
there.
back, something.
Anything else but that. And then his fucking dry ass bland post match interview where he had no gumption or energy. It didn't even sound like he believes he won. So
He's disappointed,
so
I'm sure.
it was tough for me to accept that, but hey, I got to get better, right? I'm still a white belt, man.
Right. So I guess with that being said, you said you were, working on some things. It came up quick, right? You were just training for the Olympic trials, and then within a couple months, you ended up being at CJI. So I guess,
Yeah,
where do you think you can improve on? I'm assuming maybe like some passing or something like that, and like submission attacks
yeah,
at this point.
yeah. Now that I'm defensively sound, and I feel like I have a good jujitsu base, like I know what these guys are looking for when they're trying to submit me and get grips. Now I can start beginning to focus on like passing safely to where I'm not leaving like legs and limbs vulnerable, and then like just tightening up submissions. Like I really like the neck. I have a lot of good chokes already, but I got some improvements to make. I'm actually heading to the beach right now, jiu-jitsu gym. Gonna run a takedown seminar and work with some black belts with these specific skills. I mean, look what Nicky Rod did to that kid. Right after I was done with him, it might have taken him a few rounds, but he just played top the whole time, pass his guard, played top, repass his guard, and eventually one of the kills showed itself. You know what I mean? Took the back. So yeah, that's the progression, man. It's not fucking it's not nuclear physics out here. We're not doing theoretical equations and shit. It's just, take him down, keep him down, pass his guard, kill him. Like I just gotta get better at the passing the guard to killing him part.
Facts. But even with that being said, I still think you got that just because you come from wrestling. You dared to come into the sport. So just to wrap this part up, I wanted to say that I thought you dared to be great by coming into the sport, and they should have kind of rewarded your what do you call it? I guess gumption or something like that. Like your
Yeah.
you
But
putting
I think
yourself
on the
out there.
contrary, on the antithesis, it's because I'm so raw coming into this sport and I'm such a bad matchup for Nicky Rod. What would it look like to this sport if a true white belt just came in and fucking debunked the whole $1 million bracket? I don't think that looks good for the sport either. So I think there's a catch-22, a little paradox there. They want in a guy who's not from the sport to entertain with my unique skill set. I mean, watch how I move and operate out there. I don't look like anybody playing jujitsu you know, look like completely separate from that sport. So if they have that come in, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. You might debunk them, right? So
That's the paradox. Yeah. Now,
yeah.
now, now you invalidate a whole sport. That's not cool either. So
So you kind of served them right. You came in there, you went
yeah,
viral multiple times in your match, and then
exactly.
and
I
then you
served my
still didn't end
purpose.
up winning the
Exactly.
million. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. They were the first one. I was the first athlete guaranteed to be on the next show. I promoted the shit out of it. We drew the marker next to Rule Tolo and Tackett. Me and Luke did the best numbers on analytics.
Oh yeah. I posted a couple clips. They all did over 100K.
Yeah. Oh, so you
Yeah,
can tell,
reels.
right?
Yeah, I
On
could
your
tell.
insights and your analytics, right? When you look on your page, exactly. And
Facts.
then CJI has the same algorithm being pumped from Meta and Instagram, so they know too. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
They'll
they're
see
not
it.
just yeah, they're not just fans. They're actually going off of numbers and facts. You know what I mean? So I did my job, man. I blew up my stock, man. I got Polaris hitting me up. We got Subversive hitting me up. Just got offered a match at Beat the Streets in Cleveland. Got a couple seminars. So like I'm back in demand. And like, we got the World Team Trials coming up in a few weeks. So like um it's a good time. It's a good time. I'm like, the lights at the end of the tunnel, and like I'm motivated about my training, and it's easy to wake up and stuff. Like, life's good right now.